All right, guys, welcome back to Clock Stoppers Racing Loft. I'm Dariel, and today we're going to be moving the young birds into their new section. And when we move them over, we're going to go ahead and vaccinate them. I have actually never vaccinated birds before, but I was a dog breeder and I've vaccinated dogs for years, so I'm sure it shouldn't be too much of a difference. But I'm going to be vaccinating them with the salmonella vaccine and the PMV vaccine. I got the vaccines over here on ice for a little while because I've been catching all of the birds. I think, if I counted correctly, I think it's a total of 12 birds. I have one in here already on this side because it was inside the house with its parents. But the rest of them were in the breeding loft. They're in this cage. So I'm going to vaccinate this one first and put it back in here. But I'm going to vaccinate all of the ones out of here and put them in here because I only have one vaccine gun. So I'm going to do all the birds with one vaccine first, and then I'll swap the vaccine out and get all of the birds back out and do them with the next vaccine. So I also got some alcohol to sanitize the vaccination area, as well as to kind of wet the feathers and mat it down so I can see the skin better. So here we go. I watched several different people's videos on vaccinations, and I kind of think that I like the idea of going on the skin on the leg better. I'm not really for sure because, like I said, I've never done it, but it just looked like that would be a easier route. So. All right. This is the salmonella vaccine that I'm doing first. Make sure I prime the gun up to make sure I... There we go. All right, that's one down. There y'all's chickens go again with all of the unnecessary noise. Not too bad, guys. Not too bad at all. I already, probably, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 days ago, no, probably 3 days ago, actually, I went ahead and I sprayed the, sprayed some spray on them for bugs, mites, or whatever. So I've already done that process the other day. As y'all, I don't know if y'all can see them on the camera. I'm assuming y'all probably can. But there's already a couple of birds in the loft already. If you look up, I don't know if y'all can see up there. But up there's two West of England tumblers. They're my droppers. And I went on and put them in here the other day. I was actually kind of worried about doing it for the first time by myself. I was hoping I could have got my son or my wife to be here with me on the first time, but it seems pretty easy, so I don't think we're going to have a problem doing it by myself. The closer I get to starting to train and closer we get to race season, the more excited I'm getting. I'm actually ready to start settling these birds and getting out and trap training them and tossing them. I know a lot of guys, I'm sure a lot of guys also enjoy it, but a lot of guys look at it as a chore. Because it is, it does take a lot to get out and road train these birds, but it's something I really enjoy, man. It's really peaceful to me to just ride, just get out and ride and toss the birds, and I really enjoy it. A lot of times last year I would take the birds to work with me, and I would toss them on my lunch break, and my wife, for y'all that don't know, we live on a farm, and my wife, Sheikah, was a school teacher, but during the pandemic, or right around the pandemic time, she started taking our farm animals, to schools for in-school field trips, because it was right around the time where some places were still shut down, and then they were definitely limiting the amount of people that can come in places. So my wife took the opportunity during that time to start up her own business with a mobile petting farm service. I think that was the last one. Yeah, that was the last one. So my wife took the time to start a mobile petting farm business during that time. And so now that's what she does full time. She stopped teaching and she just runs the mobile petting farm business. And so a lot of time during the year, she would be, I don't know if I should do that. A lot of times she would be at home. And so when I would toss the birds from work, she would be here to watch them come in and to lock them up. Because like I said, we live on the farm and we do have farm cats. And the cats really do try their best to get my birds. And I can't have that. So no sooner as they get home, someone has to be here to make sure that the cats don't get to them before I get a chance to lock the loft back up. So now as I vaccinate them now, I'm just going to release them. I think I really like a lot of these young birds this year. So this is my first year actually breeding my own birds. Last year was my first year with the race season, and a lot of the birds that I had were from guys in my club that bred me. A lot of the guys in the club bred me some young birds out of their birds so I could be able to race. And but a couple of guys also gifted me some breeders. And out of those breeders, I only actually bred young birds out of one pair of those breeders. And in another one of my videos, I briefly mentioned those two birds, but they were Houben Van Loon crosses, and it was a red check and a red bar hen, and they had 2 red bar babies, and but by the time they came out the nest, the other birds were so far ahead of them, because I had already been training and tossing the other birds, and they were so far ahead of them. But I probably shouldn't have joined them to the flock, but I did, and they impressed me. They actually did way better than I expected with them being so far behind. Go ahead. I had to take a black Sharpie and scribble all over the glass, because this was a learning lesson that I really should have known, to be honest. But first couple of birds that I had let out in this loft, The first one I let out flew dead into, he flew dead into the glass. Luckily he was all right, didn't hurt himself, but I took black magic marker and scribbled all over the glass now. Scribbled all over the glass so that the birds can see that there is something there. This ain't too bad. I got this bird and 2 more birds left. All right, one more, guys. That's it. All right, guys, that went pretty smoothly. I didn't think that it would be a problem. I figured that it would be pretty easy, especially with me already previously being, I guess you can say, exposed to vaccinating animals with the dog breeding process. But yeah, so I'm going to get the feed and mix up my feed and feed the birds and enjoy the rest of my Friday. I'm off on Friday, so typically I like to come out here and piddle with the birds and piddle with, I'm a goat breeder too, so I piddle with my goats and stuff on Fridays. So I'm going to continue with my duties on the day. I thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope y'all have a blessed day. See you.